to answer your question, digital doesn't exist. I mean, it just doesn't exist when it comes to supply chains. We like to talk about digital in supply chains, but a digital supply chain is as much a dream as agentic commerce. So just to give you context, I mean, as FedEx, you spoke about, we run the most complex logistics network. We move about 2 trillion of goods through our network annually. So that's the amount of commerce that moves through our network, connecting about 3 million shippers to 225 million customers, and generating about 2 petabytes of data. And yet, when we speak to our customers today, they are struggling with supply chain. And we believe if we really need resilience, we do need to get to a digital supply chain solution. But to get to a digital supply chain solution is going to require partnership between public and private. And even within private, you take the banking and the payments industry. There is a network that exists to connect them. There is no network in logistics. I mean, the amount of value we leak as a world, close to about $1 trillion, just because our supply chain is so inefficient, because we don't speak to each other. There is no policies and protocols in place through which trade can flow seamlessly across different logistic providers, across different businesses. And when you throw into that the complexity of this ever-changing dynamic environment, it's challenging an already inefficient system and bringing it to a point of breakage. And I think that is why supply chains are now increasingly rising to the top of board discussions.
So that's quite a big ambition between bringing public and private together and solving for the entire end-to-end supply chain. If you have a magic wonder, what would the 2 things you want to be solved tomorrow in that?
I think first and foremost, governance, not government, but policies that don't exist today. And second is all of us have to get better at managing data, because in the end, the data is going to provide the context. And the reason the supply chain is broken is because the data doesn't flow with the goods. So those are the 2 things for me. It's, the first is policy frameworks that don't exist in this space today. And the second is then data frameworks to support those policy. So decisions can be more insight-led.